Hello and happy Halloween, everybody. I'm here with my dog Dargo. You can't really see him, but he is here making some noise. And today I'm going to go through books 10, 11, 12, and 13 of my October books. And I'm doing that because I didn't finish all of them, of course. Over the last few days last couple weeks, I've had like a really short attention span, and so it's been hard to concentrate on anything, and I'll show you what happened. So, I have been reading Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia, and boy oh boy is it a good book. She writes so fantastic. This is what I wanted The Haunting of Hill House to be, and I can see similar vibes in it, honestly, and like gothic vibes that I also saw in T. Kingfisher's What Moves the Dead, even though this came out before T. Kingfisher. But I absolutely love it. I am not finished with it, so please no spoilers. So what happened is I was reading this book, and because it's gothic, it's got a lot of like heaviness to it. There's a lot of talking, it's relatively slow, and my brain just went poof, and it was like gone. So I started listening to A Dream of Wing and Flame by Cale Plamann, which is a lit RPG adventure from the point of view of a kobold character who's trying to ascend to a dragon. And he's hilarious. I love Cale Plamann. And so my mind was pretty taken up with that. And I finished it, and like all Plamann's books, it's hilarious. The main characters are like sincere, and you just want to hang out in these worlds that he creates because they're so strange, but also so very familiar because the characters are all archetypes that we have in our lives. And so I love Sam. Sam is the the kobold, and his friends. And Neil Helligers narrated it, so like how could I not listen to it? It puts me in a good mood. And then I was feeling really in the doldrums, which is not uncommon for me. I kind of like have high points during the month where I'm really peppy and I'm ready to go, and then all of a sudden I will have like crippling depression and I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to think, I don't want to do anything. So what I usually do when something like that happens is I stop reading almost completely. I stop doing anything really. And I kind of just curl up with my dogs. And since I was doing that, I felt really guilty because I should be finishing Mexican Gothic, but of course I wasn't. So I figured I would read something else and try and like at least fill the void of the books that I said I was going to do. So I ended up reading Sorcery of Thornes by Margaret Rogerson. I always forget her last name because Rogerson, I just don't expect it. Anyway, I really liked it. It's sweet. It's very young adult. The main character's 16 or 17, and she has to go on an adventure where she saves the kingdom, empire, I don't really know what it is, but she does that through a library, and so it's just like a comfortable book. And so if you're ever like feeling down, or you don't want something really crunchy to read, I would say Sorcery of Thornes is a pretty good way to go. There's a bit of a romance, but it's not overwhelming. There are some really fun, weird aspects though. They do magic, and one of the coolest things I think is that the monsters are books. They're grimoires that somehow become monsters. So I really, really loved that, and it really helped. So technically this is book 10 of my 13. Because I was still reading Cale Plamann's A Dream of Wing and Fire? Yeah, the kobold one with Sam Azar. So I was still in the middle of reading that or listening to it. And I finished this in like a day. It's really quick, it's fun, it's comforting. And then I finished Cale Plamann's book, which would make that 11. And so I have not finished Mexican Gothic, but that was going to be 10. And I was going to have Cale Plamann's book be 11. And then I was going to have David Wellington's 13 Bullets be 12. And I really love this book because it's weird. It's like a state trooper woman who is hunting vampires with an FBI agent. And David Wellington's just a strange dude, and so he made it strange. But it also has like a lot of classic vampire tropes. So if you're really into vampires, I would say check out 13 Bullets. Again, I didn't finish it. Actually, I stopped pretty early, but I've also read other things by David Wellington. And this series, which starts with 13 Bullets, goes for quite a while. There's quite a few of them. So if you're ever looking for something vampire-y, but you don't want to go full Anne Rice into weird BDSM, but you also don't want to go YA with Stephanie Meyer, then David Wellington is a good choice. The main character is a lesbian, and she has some issues with her wife, which is very funny, in my opinion. And I just really like it. It's from 2006-ish, so it's a little bit dated, but not very much. And I kind of don't mind, because I definitely grew up late 90s, early 2000s, so like this hits home for me. But again, I didn't finish it because it's really dark, and I got really depressed, so it just didn't work out for me this time. But I will be sure to finish it, because, I don't know, it's pretty great, it's funny. The vampires are, like, angry, skinheady people. And then I was going to have book 13 be Mort by Terry Pratchett. I've read other Discworld, but I've never read Mort, and I thought this would be a great time to do it. But I didn't get to it at all. I didn't even start it. Makes me so sad. But I will absolutely start it, and I'll finish it, and I think I might go on a little bit of a Hogsfather binge in November and December. I'll wait and see how I feel, but I get the feeling, because these are so funny and they're so very strange, that I'll be able to read through them really quick. And yeah, so those are my October books. Again, it was Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia, a Sorcery of Thornes by Margaret Rogers, A Dream of Wing and Flame by Cale Plamann, 13 Bullets by David Wellington, and Mort by Terry Pratchett. I kind of want to know what you guys think of them. If anybody's finished the books that I haven't finished, so Mort, 13 Bullets, or Mexican Gothic, leave a comment in the description and tell me what you thought of them. I'd really like to hear. And as always, please, please let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you think of the books that I chose. Let me hear what your favorite comfort reads are, because sometimes I just need them. I need them so bad. Anyway, thanks for listening to me rant, and have a great Halloween. Bye.